Have you ever wondered why my username is OneUpdateAtATime? Tell me, David, why? Why is that? What a weird name. Instead of like David Cox 92. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, like, what's up with that? Okay, so like, years and years ago, so many years, I was trying to think of a username, and I'm really bad at thinking of usernames because they have to mean something to me. And I'm gonna be stuck with this for years to come. So, naturally, I thought of autobiography. Terrible idea. If you read a biography about an historic figure, you normally see that there's like a reference to a letter that they wrote. Only we don't write letters anymore, we write emails. So biographies of the future are going to reference emails, and if you can't access emails, like say it's an unofficial one, you would access, say, someone's tweets, because those are public. So I figured we already do that. Like every tweet, every blog post, every like Facebook message and update, you are writing your own autobiography one update at a time. Ding! What? Oh, it makes sense now. Thank you, David, for explaining that to me so elegantly. Unfortunately, you can't really fit all of that into a username, so it's just one update at a time. So the underlining central theme that, like, since I've set out while making this is to sort of archive and document the self. How do I grow as a person? Which is why every year I have the daily selfie video that no one ever watches, or why in March I have an updated about me video to track the ever-changing self. Even the things that aren't explicitly about me as a person are still implicitly about me as a person. See, like, the things that I think are funny, like some silly skit, I might not find that funny in the future, but that's just a record of what I thought now, as a person, was good. So this is a record of me in my 20s about how I did or didn't grow. I mean, I'm kind of obsessed with this concept. I keep writing letters to myself 6 months into the future and then writing responses to myself 6 months in the past. Like, this is just a thing that I do. You should do it too, it's really interesting. This is why I had business cards that said visual autobiographer, because that's what vlogs effectively are, a form of visual autobiography. Shout out to everyone who has one that I personally mailed to them with a personalized letter. Hey, you're cool. Sorry to everyone who missed out. I got business cards because one update at a time is not really good for Google searches. I didn't really think that thing through, and it's basically half a sentence by itself. So I'd say one update at a time and people would not hear that properly, and it's not easy to remember. And then when you try and write one update at a time, Google's like, did you mean one day at a time? I'm like, no. No, I didn't. I meant me. One update. One updates, the thing on the internet. So now comes the issue of rebranding, and that's just difficult because one, it took me forever to think of one username and it wasn't even that good. And two, can I really just use my name? I mean, David Cox in full is generic. There's so many Coxes out there. There's a disambiguation page on Wikipedia for David Cox with 10 different results. How is my SEO going to compete with Sir David Cox, the statistician with a knighthood, who's just so good at maths? The Queen was like, yeah, you will fight for me in times of war and I will grant you land. I assume that's still a thing. Britain, don't correct me. And I don't want like potential employees seeing this. I mean, my boss is already watching this video and will mention it in the office later, but I mean, other people. Plus, again, what if someone misspells my last name? I have to spell it out, C-O-X, for a reason. So yeah, basically I'm just really difficult to Google. Suggestions for rebranding in the comments, please. Please help me. Please change me. Goodbye, YouTube. The sun is like shining off my pale ginger skin. It looks like I'm actually glowing if I just raise my hand. I'm just that shiny. Just redhead problems, you know. God, is that you? Oh.